Twitter just suspended over 88,000 accounts tied to a Saudi disinformation campaign.
Here's a summary of the article.
Twitter on Friday announced that it had removed more than 88,000 accounts that it tied to a disinformation campaign backed by Saudi Arabia's government. The company published data on nearly 6,000 of those accounts but said it was keeping the rest of the accounts confidential because they might represent compromised accounts repurposed for the spam campaign. The accounts were removed for platform manipulation, aggressively posting messages that aligned with Saudi Arabia's interests, Twitter said. Twitter announced in a blog post Friday that it had removed more than 88,000 accounts that it said were engaged in platform manipulation originating in Saudi Arabia. Twitter's investigation found that the accounts originated from a Saudi social media marketing company called SMAAT, which also manages several official Saudi government accounts. Twitter published comprehensive data on 5,929 of those accounts but said it was keeping the rest confidential to protect the privacy of potentially compromised accounts that were used for the spam campaign. Twitter banned nearly 3,000 accounts originating in Iran in May and June, and it has removed other accounts tied to Russia and Venezuela.
This post received a score of 24,871, with an upvote ratio of 96%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Remember Khashoggi.
The murder, torture and demonization of journalist Jamal Khashoggi should be one of the most terrifying things we've ever witnessed in our collective lifetimes. A man can be brutally tortured and murdered inside of a foreign consulate, which can then be retroactively justified by tarnishing his reputation and painting him as a terrorist sympathizer. People say, so what, he's not American, but if it can happen to him, it can happen to anyone.
There's a literal Holocaust happening in China. While Khashoggi is absolutely abhorrent, it's not going to be the most terrifying thing we witness.
There are many genocides happening all over. Global fascist governments have been propped up by a massive disinformation campaign. Bolivia right now is also going through a mini genocide. China, as you mentioned, Israel, I heard we're not allowed to talk about it. Yemen by Saudi Arabia with USA support. Gay people in Crimea, spelling
Crimea, and you're right. A select few of our species have decided that is the path for us. Seems there's fuck all any of us can do if all countries go fascist at the same time.
It makes me curious if there are more evil people than I thought. What is that quote? The only thing evil needs to succeed is for good people to do nothing. Well, I'm tired of evil and evil people. Let's fucking lock them up.
Thing is, the evil people have a tremendous amount of power. Removing them will require us getting our hands dirty. A large majority of the population is not prepared for that.
Fuck that, let's get shit done.
Why do you think the security apparatus was passed with bipartisan support? It was precisely to target this sort of organization.
Did I miss something? What security apparatus? Greater than the company published data on nearly 6,000 of those accounts but said it was keeping the rest of the accounts confidential because they might represent compromised accounts repurposed for the spam campaign. So KSA is either hacking people's accounts to use for their disinformation campaign, or they're buying hacked accounts. And considering they're publishing data on only 6,000 out of 88,000, it seems the lion's share of the accounts involved are hacked rather than unique.
I guess that's what you'd want, right? A troll account with potentially years of bulletproof legitimate activity behind it. Just highlights that we can absolutely not trust Twitter, Facebook and other major networks to keep us safe or informed online. The fact that Zuck and Jack are such massive information gatekeepers should horrify everyone with a broadband connection.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.